Hi everyone and welcome to my place. It gives me great honour to introduce you to my friend Winter. Winter has come from New Jersey. Say hi to everybody.
Hi.
And she's come to New Zealand for a holiday and her wish was to come and do crafts with me. So I am delighted, Winter, that you are here because I've got some really cool things that I want to show you today. And the first thing we're going to do is been inspired by these beautiful sunflowers. Do you grow sunflowers at your place?
No, but I see them everywhere I go there.
I just love them. They're such, to me they represent summer. Oh, winter and summer. And they just give me such joy because of their beautiful bright colour. And what I love about them is when they're growing, they follow the sun, and then when the sun gets above them and it's hot, they actually bow their heads down. They're so clever. So what we're going to do today is, as I said, something inspired from the sunflower, and I thought that I would show you a good recycling skill, and we're going to be using some plastic spoons. I had a party in the beginning of the spring, and I thought, I'm not going to throw those out, I'll keep those, they'll come in handy. But I did go and buy a couple of other packets, but they're really cheap. They're just $2, I think, when I bought them. When you want to buy cheap things for doing crafts, where do you buy them?
Like the dollar store.
Yeah, well, we have it's called the $2 store here, so, you know, inflation a little bit higher. So what we're going to do is some garden art, or it could also be for inside, and it's going to be a sunflower made with the spoons. So this is what we need. We need a terracotta saucer, just like this. And the size will determine how big it's going to be when it's finished. So when you decide to show all your friends at home how to do this, and if you want it really quick, make sure that you use the smaller it is, the better. Now the other thing I'm going to use here, it's Porter's paint, and it's chalkboard paint. You know the blackboard paint that they use at school? Well, it comes in lots and lots of colours, and the reason I'm going to use that is because it's got a texture on it, and when we put the Mosaic tiling glue into it, it actually helps to stick to it. Also, once you don't have to undercoat, so you need 2 coats of that goes onto your saucer. You also need some spoons, you need some scissors, we need a little bit of jute or spring. These are the spoons, and I've cut all the little handles off, but we'll get to those in a minute. You also need this really good product here, and it's called Mosaic ceramic. Sort of like a cement or a putty that dries really, really hard. So we've got that. I've got a little knife here to put it on with. Plus I've got some little cosmetic mirrors, and I found these in the cupboard. So, you know, just whatever size you've got, just take. And this was great because it came with 2, so we're going to get 2 for 1, which I thought was great.
Perfect.
You also need a cork, which is going to lift the mirror up, which I'll show you in due course. And just for a little bit more embellishment, I've just got a couple of little butterflies, which I thought would be just gorgeous. And Winter, do you know that I got told off from lots of people all around the world because I have been doing crafts for adults and not for girls? I know. So I'm not going to worry about painting today because you know how to paint, don't you?
Yeah.
Yeah, of course you do. And with the chalkboard paint or any kind of paint, it's acrylic based, which means it's water-based paint, and you just clean everything out with soapy water when you're finished. So I have actually prepared these in advance. So there's one for you. So I've painted the back 2 coats and then onto the face of it. And here is the one that I've done. So the first thing we need to do is, now as I said, depending on the size that you do, and to show everybody at home how easy this is, I'll give you some of those, and there's some scissors, and because they're plastic, so the first thing you've got to do is to just cut off that bit there, or the stem. So cut those off, and as I said, depending on how big it is, you just give it a good yeah, that's it. And when I did it, what I did was I held it like that and then just cut it through like that. And it will splinter. It's plastic. It's plastic. So it's, yeah. Can you do that? Give it a good whack. Yeah, it's not, yeah, once you get into it, and by the time you've done heaps of those, you will be fine. So that should be enough of those. And I'll just put that into the bin there. Now the next thing is we need to get a little bit of string, or I've got some jute here, and I'll get you to do a little knot there, and I'll show you how you do your wee knot. Do you do crafts at home?
Yeah.
Crafts are big all over the world, aren't they?
Yeah.
Right, so we need a hanger. So I'm just going to come down. You're in inches, aren't you?
Yeah.
It's better than centimetres because I was raised on inches in Imperial. So we're just going to make a wee knot there, just like that, and pull that through like that. So that's going to be a hanger, and the reason I'm doing that knot is because when we glue that onto there, it's actually going to stick onto there. It's easy to stick it on. And then once I've done that, I'm going to bring it across to there, and then do another knot at the base. Yeah, so all I've done is I've gone from there across to about there, and then just knot that again and pull that through there like that, just so that you've got a little bit more of a surface to glue on when you're doing it. And now we're going to use the trusted glue gun. Now you know about these, don't you?
Yeah.
When they burn, they burn. And of course I haven't got the low melt, I've got the high melt. So I'm just going to put a little bit of, I knew this was going to happen, a little bit of glue there, and then gently press that into there, and then as straight as you can, take that across to there. I'll give you that. I think you can do that. Do you want me to just push that onto there? I'll do that. And then put a bit onto there like that. And then just push that very gently into there. Oh, good girl, that's great.
Oh, this one's a bit long.
Oh, that's all right. We'll just go to there. That'll be all right. And then if you're not sure whether it's stuck or not, just use that like that, and then we'll put that there so that it's, and see this here, how you've got those long little wee sort of spidery webs.
Yeah.
You know why that happens. That's because it's not quite hot enough for those at home wanting to know. Right, from there, the next thing is, I'll get rid of that. We've got all our spoons ready to go, so we'll tip those out. Now this Mosaic cement is fantastic stuff, and it dries really quickly. If you haven't got any of that, you could use plaster of Paris and mix that up quite thick, just so it's easy to be scooped out. And the other thing with this is it takes a wee while to dry. So what we're going to do is just, I'll put a whole heap of this out. You know when you're putting peanut butter onto a sandwich?
Yeah.
Do you like lots of peanut butter?
I love lots. Both sides of the bread.
Oh my God, how does that work? So we actually need that much, like lots and lots and lots of peanut butter, and try and not get it up the side. See how I've got it up the side there? Try and not do that at this stage. So I'll let you do that one and I will do mine so we can make one together. But it's great. So the other stuff that you can use is jib stopping compound, and that comes pre-mixed and ready to go, and it's what builders use when they're putting, they put the jib board up and they want to get a plain surface, or they want to make sure there's no little cracks in it. That's what they use. So that just gets pushed onto there like that, and you'll see why we glued that in place to start. So you need it, I would say, like maybe less than half an inch over the top of that. I would say, now I'm going to nip into metrics, I would say that a centimetre. Do you know a centimetre? Yeah. Yeah, like a centimetre.
All right.
How's that? So tell me the things that you like to do in New Jersey.
I like to design.
What kind of things do you like to do? Oh, clothing.
I actually brought my notebook to New Zealand. I don't have it now, but.
Do you notebook to get ideas?
Yeah.
Perfect. Have you seen anything here in New Zealand that you're liking that you'd want to take home? Or are we a bit behind, do you think? Are we a season behind? Because you're in the winter, aren't you?
Yeah.
Right now, are you liking this heat? Welcome to the tropics. It's very hot here. Right, so once you've done that, and the best way to clean this up is to just use soapy water when you finish, but for now this will be fine. Just whack that into there and I'll give you that little towel. Right, how are you going?
Good.
Perfect, that looks great. So a good covering of the whole surface of the saucer before you start, and where you can see that bit of glue there, what I'm going to do is I'm just going to pull that off, cut that bit off, so I might as well get rid of that now before I get to go too far into it. Right, the next thing is, with your spoons and with your knife, just get into there like so, and what we're going to do is we're going to start from the outside and work in. And when you look into, see the layering of the sunflower and how it sort of like rounds towards you, that's why I've chosen this lovely the shape of the saucer of the terracotta, because it sort of is rounded like the sunflowers. And I thought we would do that is because it looked more realistic and it gave it a bit more movement and a bit more shape. So now what you do is getting into your tub here, and this is like as if you're putting a little bit of cheese, nice soft cheese onto a biscuit. So just a little bit like that on the outside of the spoon. And then starting off there, what you're going to do is just get that like that, and then we're just going to push those all around the side. Now if there's enough glue or enough of your stuff on the outside, you can actually just, I'll move that up the road, these can just be pushed in like that. It's only if you think that you need a little bit more glue or a little bit more, I'm going to call it clay or cement on the outside, but it comes in lots of names. And do you have, what kind of craft shops do you have over there?
Like Michael's, Joann's, that's really it, yeah.
Well, and I think that most of the stores throughout the world are all the same. So when you get, you'll find this in the Mosaic section. Yeah. And how easy is this? Sticking
super
those.
easy.
It is super easy, isn't it? And you know, the other thing that I liked about this is it's recycling, because I'm sort of in my own little corner of the world, I'm trying to save the waste that goes into landfill all over the world. And I think you kids are really into it now, aren't you?
Yeah, my school has like recycling clubs and
oh, fantastic. It's slowly starting, because it's your generation that's going to help save the world. Did you know that?
Yep.
Right, so once you get to there, you've done all around there, Winter. It's then when you go to put your second layer in, when you look into that sunflower, and I'll take this out so that we can have a look at it. Nature's really good for checking on things. So you've got the petals around there, and in between that one and that one, you've got another layer. See how it goes like that? So that they're all sort of like stepped and staggered. That's what we're going to achieve. With that, put that to there. So it's going to be between those two there, one there, and it's, once you get into this, oh, do you have like craft markets?
Yeah.
This would be fantastic, because if you didn't want to use the yellow, you could use white. And the reason I painted that green is because on the back of the sunflower they've got those little green bits, and you could probably put little green spoons behind there, but I couldn't see the point in that. I just thought that this would be okay. But if you wanted to do a chrysanthemum, you could use white spoons.
Yeah, that would look really good.
Wouldn't it? And if you, a gerbera, you could use pink. So there's lots and lots of what you can turn this into whatever you want. So just keep going around there like that until that is all filled in, and you can do as many layers as you like. I did on my example that's nearly here to show you. I'll show you. We'll just quick do these, and then just slow, as I said, slowly just move into the center. And this cement is just fantastic stuff, because it definitely makes for a much quicker project. Right, and the other thing is, in nature, nothing is perfect. So if you've got more on one side and less on another, that doesn't actually matter. So once you get to there, it's just a matter of leaving it, and you need to leave it a good 24 hours so that cement there goes really hard. So let's just put those to one side. And because I was so well organised, I spent all Saturday in excitement knowing that you were coming, getting this sorted out. Now I've actually taken these in a little bit further, and what I'm going to do is, I said I had these little corks and I've got these little mirrors. What I'm going to do is I'm just going to stick that into there. I'll get the right height, about that height there. I'm going to glue that into place. If you wanted to, you could cement that in, but it just means you're going to have to wait for drying. Now the reason I'm doing that, and I'll just push that into there, and you've got to be patient with this to make sure that it does stick down. With my little mirror, I'm now going to stick a bit more glue onto that, on top of the cork, and then I'm just going to push that down onto there like that. and just leave that for a couple of seconds or nearly a minute until that's hard. And then I've got this little butterfly here. I don't want that bit there, so I'll cut that bit off. Everybody stand back in case I get your eyes. Ugh. I should have used something else, but never mind, this will do. Push those bits down like that. And then, just for a little bit of added interest, I just thought that that little butterfly could be quite nice there. So how's that?
That's beautiful.
Isn't that beautiful? So simple and so easy to make, and such a good project to share with my friend Winter from New Jersey. Did you enjoy that?
Yeah.
It was great fun working with you. I've got some other things, so don't go away. I will be back later on to share some more ideas for girls that are into craft. Thanks for watching.